Yo, what it do? As y'all have probably already guessed and came here for, we're at another episode of the Tried and True podcast, where I like to keep it a buck in all pennies with y'all and my guests. We have two faces that are obviously freshly familiar. We got my man Wicjones. I ain't gonna spend too much time on the introduction because y'all seen him. And then we got Kewel, my dog, obviously, who y'all have seen and we've had phenomenal conversations with in the past. And we are here discussing the book, The Deciding Factor. Again, we are coming down to the second end of these chapter reviews and discussing these principles. And we are looking at chapter 7 today, which is titled Open Arms. Before I jump into that, hey, thanks, man. Before I jump into that, let me just cover some bases, man. Like, how are you guys doing?
Good, man. Overall.
Blessed. Highly favored.
Yeah, I feel
That's
unusual
facts.
today. It's like a weird kind of day.
Do you?
Yeah.
The weather is raining.
Facts.
It's been
A little
raining.
gloomy.
I've been waiting. I waited a long time for the rain. I like the rain and the gloom. Like that's my pace.
I love this weather for real. Like
This is my preferred like climate right here, so I can rock a hoodie.
It's crazy because it's like I really enjoy both. Like I enjoy the sun, but then when it rains, and I'm just like, yeah, this is nice.
It's better. It's easier for me to lock in when it's rainy outside.
Because I'm
I'm
an
an
Aries.
Aries.
Outside.
I'm an Aries. So spring
you're-
vibes. I love
okay.
sunlight. I need sunlight.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it determines my
facts.
attitude.
I was gonna say like that's another reason I suppose why sun is important for me because like when I'm really feeling low, I know like I got to get outside.
Charge up.
I got to get
Synergy.
outside. I got to get that sun.
Yes, sir.
I got to get my essential vitamins. You know.
Fact.
But yeah, I feel unusual today. It's not a bad day. It just feels like a lot of things are coming to a point. Like there's so many things that are supposed to come to like their climax around the same period of time. Today is just it's all on my mind at one time, kind of.
It's almost overwhelming sometimes.
It can be. It can get that way. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It can get that way. But you know, it's 7 days in a week. You know what I'm saying? So it's 365 in a year. You're gonna have at least one of those days, more than one of those days. But
Facts.
today just feels unusual. It might be because I've been craving juice, and actually I don't have any juice at the crib. I'm kind of
Man, some juice.
What kind of juice?
bro. I've been drinking so much water.
It's good, man.
And it's good for my body, but I am like I need some juice.
I
Like
feel
I
that.
need
What
some.
kind of juice? Sully?
I was gonna say, all right, because you got apple, which is always a good and faithful servant.
Natural.
But then you have grape, but then you got cran grape juice.
I
Now,
love cranberry.
Cranberry pomegranate. Ever had it?
I was just about to say, I'm one of those
it's
dudes.
really good.
I enjoy like a real strong palm.
Yeah.
Palm obviously is that straight pomegranate. Like,
I don't think I've ever had a palm.
I told you like a year ago to start drinking palm.
Yeah, I didn't. I still have not. But
Dang.
cranberry pomegranate juice is fire.
Okay, so they make that and they make blueberry palm.
All right, I might have to try palm.
Bro, I'm telling you, palm will give it to you. And you know, pomegranate's like a super fruit.
Yeah,
So you might as well grab one of those if you're trying to live long, I suppose.
I feel it.
Check those out.
Pomegranates are fire too.
What's your juice of choice? Well, I do smoothies too. Let me get that out the way. Like I love smoothies. Just a flavorful beverage, I suppose.
Yeah,
I like
it.
natural juices, but go-to is always lemonade. Strawberry lemonade is probably absolute favorite.
That's fire.
You know what I mean?
You
But
can't knock that.
anything natural.
It's
I can't
classic.
knock it. I can't have it. So I'm just like,
What can't you have?
lemon. I can't have lemons.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I can't. So
You're
I've
one of
never
those.
tried. It's the citrus. It's too much acid.
So what about like lime?
I can't have lime. It's
What about
basically a lemon.
oranges?
Dang.
All right, well, Chris.
What about oranges? What about oranges? I'm curious.
I
now.
can't have any of that.
Any citrus?
I can't have any of that.
Man.
Yeah.
It's just too much. It's too
Man.
much. I have a geographic tongue.
So
It's
you'll
like
die.
it's like having ulcers in your mouth.
Oh yeah, no, that's a no go.
So it's real painful. If I were to drink lemonade, dog, I might actually die. I might just pass
Well,
out
from
just from the
inside.
pain. Just like, done.
Oh, that's tough.
It's rough,
Sorry
man.
to hear
It's
that,
a rough
actually.
one. All right.
It's
So
unfortunate.
I don't want to spend too much time on just juice, I suppose.
Your dietary restrictions.
I know, man. What you been working on?
Man, a lot. Records with different folks. You know, building up the studio, bright future. You know.
Yep.
Just
facts.
going
And it's
through the
building,
motions,
too.
man. It's definitely building, man. Got some dope.
Every
records
time
coming
I
out of
look
there.
up, I feel like it's a new level to Bright Future.
Yeah, man. Bugs is really doing his thing over there, and you know, we're all playing our part to
Y'all getting to it.
give a hand in that. You know.
You got
a
the
new-
website recently running too, huh? I thought I saw that.
Not yet. I really need it.
For your beats, right?
Oh yeah, so my BeatStars, yeah. So I have my BeatStars up now.
You've been kind of putting that out there a lot more lately.
Exactly.
I've been seeing it on like a Facebook and stuff.
Yep, that is the goal. To push that a little bit more, release more tunes. Just show the world what Wicjones sound like.
The world needs to know, man. And then obviously, I don't have to ask you too many questions about what you're working on.
Music. That's my main focus right now. And visuals. Solly's actually been
I'm very curious about these visuals. He's sitting on some real fire videos that I don't know. He's just
okay.
I don't know if they're to his standards, but they're really good. They're very good.
Loading the clip. You know what I'm saying?
As you got to.
Yeah, I got. He's aware, but I got some. I got a clip loaded. Coming soon.
He's got a lot of
coming
content.
soon.
He's got a lot
coming
of
soon.
good
Coming
content,
soon.
man.
I'm playing behind the scenes right now, but getting a lot of work done for sure.
I love it. I love to hear it, man.
I heard that, man, and I can't complain because as it currently stands while we are recording and filming, this podcast isn't even a thing and out yet. So I'm loading the clip, I suppose.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But obviously, by the time people are watching and hearing this, you'll see that there's probably a whole season available to you right now. So I understand. I just really like what you are working on. So I want it. That's like the selfish consumer side of me. But I suppose as the creative, like whatever, like I get it.
It's tough. You know what I mean? Patience.
Yeah, you gotta be strategic as the
100%.
Creator.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
But as the consumer, we don't have to be strategic. We just have to remain ready, I suppose.
These are the
Yep.
facts.
But I suppose I'm partially the creator too, because we were working together on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm in a complex position, but I do enjoy what you're working on, and you too. So I don't know. Looking forward to all of what y'all have coming.
And likewise, man, what you got coming?
100%.
First of all, I have by the time this comes out, hopefully I will have already released an EP, which I have not titled and which I have not released artwork for yet.
Okay.
It's extremely short. And then after that will come the album. This will be my final solo project. And then post this album, anything musical will be me dedicating my time to helping other people build up their sound.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of lessons that only studio experience will teach you.
Thanks.
And there's a lot of people that just don't have that studio experience yet because it comes with time. But they can benefit from having
10,000 hours.
10,000 hours, man. Like just having a person in the room who's been
You were talking about that.
in there already, who's already come out of that like hyperbolic time chamber and can help you with some of the things that we learned from being in it. And y'all both know,
Yeah.
because you're always in that position. And then you obviously you're an artist, but you're also a company owner who helps other artists. So y'all know the grind.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to shift my attention post to this album.
Okay.
So, and it'll be a good one, man. And
I'm
that
excited.
I think it'll be good, man. I mean, you both are on it.
Yeah, I'm over here. I was like, do we got to act like it's not about to be fire? Because
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be
about it, right?
real fire, man.
Yes.
Because
I would
you
agree.
have
I
you're
second that.
produced most of it at this point.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
And you've been in, I don't know, all the sessions of everything I've actually been recording. Yeah, no, it's
That's
gonna
crazy.
be great.
Yeah, I actually have, huh?
Yeah, man. So I don't know. Other than that, it's just like coaching and consulting stuff, moving in a week and blah blah. Other things I suppose. Like I got a workbook coming out to accompany the deciding factor.
Okay.
That I just finished looking over the designs 2 days ago.
Okay.
It's fire.
Nice.
It's fire. It's on my laptop.
see that.
I don't have any hard copies of the workbook yet. I might just produce them on demand for bulk orders, but it's really good. Well, I'm gonna order one. Maybe I'll order one for me. I'm gonna get a sample.
Yeah.
I already know what it's gonna look like though. I already know.
Just to have though.
But I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna
That
get one.
memorabilia.
I'm gonna get one.
You did it.
and I'm gonna bring it. I should get one and then bring it to the podcast. That's what I should
Absolutely.
do. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Boom,
sir.
boom, boom, right there. This is how it happens. Think tank. All right, fellas. Well, we're gonna jump into the podcast. I'm the one doing all the talking and wasting time, I suppose. But I just get interested in people's day. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been actually talking about juice for about 5 days with people, straight up.
It's a
And
common
I have
theme.
not gone to the store to buy any. So it's like, and I'm here talking about it on the podcast. So I don't know. So viewers and listeners, I need comments and I need DMs and all that. Tell me what your favorite juice is, and you tell me why. And have you tried Palm?
Juice.
All right, boom. So that's what I need from everybody.
Juice versus soda.
Oh well, juice. So let's do juice versus water because soda loses.
To anything.
Yes,
I agree.
soda. I know you.
Juice is
Drink
yes,
it.
sir.
I'm not gonna lie. But
Yeah, we're not soda heads,
Do
bro.
you
Soda, yeah. I still
judge,
drink
bro? I'm
sodas.
judging. No, I'm just messing.
I'm not gonna say some sodas aren't delicious,
Yeah.
but we're
They're all
not just
delicious.
rocking with soda like it's.
I
Gonna
drink
help us
way
live
less of
long
it than
life.
I used to. And same thing with juice, man. Actually, we was at. I hate to even dive back into this, but real quick,
Hey,
we was,
I talk about you.
we was in the club not long ago, and
You was in the club not long ago.
We was having drinks. We was having drinks, and literally, I had to stop drinking because I'm like, this is too much sugar. Like
Coca-Cola?
Yeah, whatever it was. I don't even remember, but it was too much sugar. I can't drink no more. I'm like,
bro, it's not. Yeah, I mean, you get to a certain like level of maturity and like an age where your body starts to change a bit, and you start to think like, should I keep putting poison in it?
Yeah.
Like, how much poison should I be putting in it?
I'm gonna save it for the good stuff.
And if you're gonna put some poison in it, make it worth it. Don't just do it. So I'm not just out here drinking pops every day. I will say this though, I drank half of a cherry Coke last week, and I felt like I was gonna die.
A whole half,
but it was good. It was
half.
good. Coca-Cola is delicious, but it is terrible. Anyway, so we know soda loses that battle, but we doing juice versus water. I need y'all to tap in. I'm gonna put some up on my Instagram so people can chime into that. Juice versus water. What's your favorite juice? What's your favorite water? And I need to know why. All right, let's do a podcast. So today, talking about chapter 7, titled "Open Arms." I'm gonna be real with y'all. So, and I like this about the way I titled these. I'm gonna keep it a buck. So, I checked the title of the chapter, and I thought it was gonna be about one thing. I thought it was going to kind of be about, because I talk about change right before that a couple times.
Yes.
And so I thought it was going to be about how like people just need to embrace transition, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sure I wrote about that.
Uh-huh.
But I go back and I review the chapter today, like on the road. So I was reading and driving. Don't do
Got
that.
it pulled up, Colonel.
That's what I had to do. I peep you. Got the laptop open.
Gotta let Siri read it to you, man.
So please don't. Hey, which Siri voice do you have? I just changed mine.
It's not the normal one, but it's
not like the regular British chick.
Nah.
Or I hope it's. I don't know if it's British. It's just. I don't know. I don't know how to be politically correct about this.
Hey,
it sounds
Siri.
British.
Hey Siri.
She say yeah. I ain't never heard that.
She a little hood.
What you need?
What can I do for you?
Yo, I've never heard that response from Siri.
She getting bold.
All right, I think I just changed mine to a Middle Eastern male, I think. Like a Middle Eastern dude. I feel like that's like my assistant. And like we go good together, like we get things done together.
So
what do you call him? Do you still call him Siri?
I don't call him. But if I did, I'd call him Siri.
Completely
I don't really use Siri.
Off topic. I'm a conspiracist. So I
use Siri for Shazam.
Disabled.
I feel it
though.
though.
Have it enabled.
No, I feel it though.
I used to do that too, but
I've realized
things happened and then it became pointless.
To each his own.
I'm hyper like aware of cameras like for that reason.
Yo,
like on laptops and stuff. Like on my laptop, I have like a cover. Yeah, because anybody can just
right now.
Yeah,
turn that mug
right
on.
now with the webcam. Okay,
phones as well. So.
Yeah, so I'm like,
so with open arms while I was reading and driving, and I should have had my main man Siri reading it to me while I was driving, and I didn't. But when I peeped out the chapter, I noticed that I actually was talking a lot about change from the perspective of like, I have experienced a lot of changes that felt extremely negative and sometimes still do. Change in the form of tragedy. So I started to kind of delve into that a bit, and I talked about being forced into change so many times that my arms opened. And I thought that was peculiar. Like, it's a peculiar perspective for a person to talk about, especially in a book for a whole chapter. But also, then I go on to talk about my main drivers and things like that. So some of that stuff is what I do want to talk to y'all about today, and I think it's going to be great. I was pleasantly surprised by the chapter. Obviously, we are in chapter 7 in episode 7. So if you don't know by now, I look at these right before I come, and I'm currently reading the book again with you all. So I was pleasantly surprised by some of this stuff because I know that this is a perspective that y'all will be able to come from genuinely. So I can appreciate that about this. I actually want to take a few steps back. Let's walk it back. And I want to ask y'all about, and I don't care who starts or what, but I just want to know about some of y'all's main driving forces. I started with that question because I don't know that I've had this conversation in depth just about what your actual driving forces are with either of you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. So I just want to know, like, what are some of your main drivers and why?
Would you like me to go first? Or
Yeah, you go first.
Don't have manners now.
I'm I think one of my biggest driving forces is and it's funny because we actually touched on this before, but legacy.
Yes. Yep.
If I think if I were to die today or tomorrow, and it's like, what did I accomplish or what am I leaving behind? That kind of like puts fire under me. And puts me into action, pushes me forward. I need to get up and do things that I'm wanting and desiring, and have set goals.
Because the clock's ticking.
So 100%. It's always ticking. Right now, we don't know when our last, moments or minutes is. So it's kind of tricky, but immediately that's a prominent, dominant force that lights fire at me, underneath me immediately.
Is that relationship with time? Like, I could go at any second, so let me be productive.
Always.
Makes sense. For real.
Yo.
For me, I feel like it's a few different things, but I would say family is one of them. I have a lot of family, and they've always just been there. So that's, for me, it's always been about family.
What about them? Like providing?
Not even necessarily providing in the sense, like really just almost staying grounded. Like, I think my family really just helps me stay grounded overall. So it's like, I feel like they drive me in a way, but also like keep me grounded. I don't even know how to explain it for real, but
it's well said.
Yeah.
I understand. Same. I relate.
Yeah, so you got to have family around. It's like, it's the same thing as like, really solid friends, man.
It helps you not forget why you started.
And ultimately what you're working towards, and that's to have that freedom, not only for yourself but for the people around you that you love, and that
family dynamics can be weird, and that's why I'm kind of asking questions about this, because you said family, and I know I have a really peculiar family dynamic, so that's how I know family dynamics can be very weird and different in the ways that they drive you.
For sure.
And that's why I'm kind of wondering, because some people got like the niece, nephew, son, daughter, little brother or sister, and they're like, I want to create a better life for them. Some people have those people and they just say, I want to show them that they could be whatever they want to be. And some people have those people around, and it's like, they don't need anything from me, but I want to honor them because of how well they do at what they do. So I would just want to honor the family name.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I think for me, a big part of it
what
is
that?
just,
what is it for you?
Just really showing them that you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
As long as you put your mind to it. I was thinking about things not long ago, and I had made this tweet, and it stuck with me. I thought about this morning again, so I felt like it was a good time to.
You remember it, or you need to go back and look?
No, I remember it, but it's like it's
you're a pretty phenomenal tweeter.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes I just be talking
top
too
five
much.
tweeters on the feed for sure.
I just be talking, man. But sometimes it's like so the thing that I had said on there was, don't fail to succeed in life because you're no longer being graded for it. And it was like, for me, that just means in school, we got an A or we got a B, we got a C, whatever our effort was that we put into our paper, or the portrayed effort from whomever, they gave us a grade. Now who gives us a grade when we do what we're supposed to be doing?
Right.
When nobody's watching.
When nobody's watching.
I wanted to say that.
It's like,
because sometimes people are watching, but it'd be people who are like, they don't actually care what you got going on.
Right.
Or like what you got going on doesn't actually affect them in any way.
Right.
So then it's like, who's grading you?
Right, exactly. So it's like, at the end of the day, I want to look at, kind of from the time perspective of, we can go at any moment. I want to be able to say that I did everything I could to live the life that I wanted to live. And that's like, what it boils down to.
You did the best you could do.
I did the best I could do, and, I would have gave myself an A.
I like that.
Yeah, me too. That removes a lot of the unnecessary pressure. I think there's some necessary pressure that we can place on ourselves, and then some unnecessary pressure that we can borrow from others. But when you say, I want to be able to say that I would give myself an A, that is I think that's a unique perspective that should not be unique, but I think it is. And I think more, especially for our age, like we're all under 30.
Right.
And we pushing it, but we ain't there yet.
Right. Don't talk ages.
And
don't tell them that.
Hey, but I think that especially for like young black men in this country in our shoes, like we all are in very unique shoes as well, because
Absolutely.
We're doing entrepreneurial things, but we're people who are not afraid of work. So we'll work jobs and do our entrepreneurial things and still make time for people and family and all these different things. So we're in these like unique positions where we have different levels and types of pressure on our shoulders, because we got people who think we're doing great, and they put pressure on us because they have expectations now.
Right.
And we got people who think we're not doing great enough, or we're too young, or we just don't know what we're doing, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then they put some unusual type of mind your business pressure on us. But then we got ourselves who was like, okay, I'm 20 whatever years old, like I'm young per se, and I've already done such and such, but why am I not at said stage yet.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know, it can be peculiar.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, like, for example, I'm not 30 yet, but I've put over a decade into almost everything I'm doing. Almost every single thing that I do right now, I've been doing it for 10 plus years.
Same.
So I can have that perspective that's like, man, it's been 10 years. Like, sometimes I'm really just like, yo, I got to pick up the pace. I got to pick up the pace of that relationship with time. Or it'll be like, yo, people are watching me and it's been so long.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't need to be borrowing pressure like that, you know? So I think that perspective that you shared is important. And then the one that you shared is important. I'm actually going to get deeper into that one. The relationship with time, I think, can be important because it's not going to wait for any of us. It's not a thing that our mentality is going to save us from. I can't meditate time away from my fleshly body. I can't do that. What I can do is I can make sure that my spirit is healthy, which is eternal. But I can't, you know what I'm saying? I'm only going to be here on this planet doing these things for so long.
Thanks.
When I cross over, it ain't another one of these. That's my belief. I know some people believe other things, but I don't believe that I'm going to get another one. And I don't believe that I'm going to be able to walk this thing back and change things. So that relationship with time. And I'm going to give a personal perspective real quick, something that shaped my relationship with time before I jump into the next bullet point for y'all too. And I don't know, I'm going to ask you the question first because it's not something that you and I don't know that we've ever talked about. And I don't know how deep you'll want to get into it. It's a little more personal. Yeah. Don't got to be, but I just think it can be if you make it that way.
For sure.
But as I said, like, tragedy has shaped a lot of my relationship with time. So I talk about in the chapter, like, when I was 14, one of my best friends who I was with every day, walk home with every day, he got 99 years. When I, like, growing up, being a kid and having to face mortality so much, like, I had my cousin who was like my brother, who his dad, who was actually my uncle, he took so much care of me throughout the week. Like, my pops took care of me in the way that he worked to make sure that everything stayed in place. But he worked so much, I never got to talk to him. And I never got to really interact with him unless I was in trouble for the most part. He was a male figure in the home. Disciplining the son had to happen. I didn't get to interact a lot in meaningful ways other than that, except with my uncle, Gary, who I looked at also like a second father figure as well. Sure. Is my pops played like the disciplinary role, who was like, I'm teaching you work ethic, like, you do what you got to do to make it happen for your family. And then you got this other dude who's like, while that's true, you can still take time to eat pancakes. And like, I'm going to whoop you, but I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you enough. Like, I'm going to whoop you, but then I'm going to make sure your cousins don't mess with you for the rest of the day, and we're going to get ice cream. You know? So it's like, okay, like, whatever. So I had him, but then he died when I was a kid. So then I was like, ooh, I don't know. You know, what do you do about that? Then 14, one of my best friends gets 99. Then I have some cousins in the family, like, who are like brothers. They passed. Don't know why they dropped dead. And then I have one of my best friends. He had committed suicide, and like, things are happening while I am cheating death time and time, having so many near-death experiences. So, like, I'm not even going to share any right now unless they come up, I suppose. But I've cheated death several times, and to the point where I don't really know why. The only thing that tells me why and kind of helps me get over the survivor's remorse is when as my gifts grow, I start to understand more and more of how they're not for me. So my voice is not for me to listen to myself talk or to think my thoughts. My voice is not to be kept up here in my mind, right? These songs that come to me are not for me to just sing in my bedroom. Yeah. They're to save people and do things and get stuff done. These strategies and this intellect that I'm being graced with as I'm working through things and I'm problem solving, like, I'm an advanced high level problem solver. That's not for me. In the event that it were all for me, I don't know, like, there was a point when I wasn't giving my gifts so much, and then I didn't particularly want to be here anymore. Because I'm like, why am I here and so is not? Like, I'm no different. I've done worse in life than they did. So it shaped my relationship with time. My relationship with time is such that now when I wake up in the morning or I have something I need to get done, I don't want to turn a necessary 10 minutes into 5. But if I can remove 5 unnecessary minutes from 10 and make it 5, I will. Period. Because I don't know if I have 10. 100%. Because I could go at any moment, right? Or sometimes it's because I just want to honor the fact that I'm the one that's here when so-and-so is not here anymore. And my relationship with time helps me to keep my arms open to changes, because I have seen the shot clock, check. I've seen the shot clock strike zero in so many unusual ways for people. And me having like a real front row perspective of that helps me say, okay, I don't want to rush it, but I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I wrap up this EP, or like I'm gonna make sure I'm filming this podcast, or I am going to publish this book. It's not about the money, any of that. Like first I need to get it out. Then I need to get it into as many hands as possible before I go, because I'm not gonna get another one of these. And what if I no longer have the opportunity? Like this was somebody else. Like I got this idea. I'm honored. It's an honor. So my relationship with time, by way of tragedy, because that's become one of my main drivers over time. Sometimes it has been negative, but it can be a positive thing when you look at it. When people transition on, they're freed from this world and they're freed from all the sickness and pain of it. At the same time, while I'm here, let me do the best I can. I'm not gonna be here again.
Right.
You know? So like that's one of the things that has shaped my outlook on time and helped to shape my other drivers. So my question is, for you, if and how has any level of misfortune or tragedy shaped your perspective on time and outlook on the world and your drivers and such?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have similar.
And let me say this too.
Go ahead.
I'm using a lot of extremes because I used extremes in the chapter, but
sure.
Everything's not so extreme. Everything doesn't have to be extreme like that. And I also want to talk about some of that other more practical stuff too. And let me give a couple, because people who are watching and listening, everybody didn't have one of their best friends get 99 years. That's unusual.
Yeah.
Like when I was in college, the dude I'm with every single day, he gets 22. And then I find out that he was like borderline a maniac. He just wasn't like that with me. So I didn't know. He got 22 years for things that he actually did that were terrible crimes. Right under my nose. I had no clue. This is like very unusual, but more practical things. Some more practical things for me were by the time I got to the end of high school and I finally decided that I wanted to graduate and I had straight A's, had I graduated, I would have had to go to community college, and that just wasn't in my vision for myself. So I had to drop out, which was extremely scary. And it was so hard for me to drop out and then get the test scores that I needed to also go straight to a university. It was hard. Like it was extremely stressful. That's like a really stressful thing for someone to have to do.
Yeah.
Tests are
hard. Tests in general. A lot of
testing,
people can't take tests.
that anxiety is crazy. Anxiety is crazy. Or like, you're funding like a studio project and then let's say you lose your job.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of stuff is just like, that kind of shapes people's outlook on time, and it shapes a lot of people's drivers as well. That's like some more practical, more common things. So I just wanted to preface.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to an extent, of course, like tragedy and misfortune has always shaped, I feel like, even more about me than just how I think about time. It's also like, maybe it is just time, because it's like, I'm not trying to waste any time knowing that folks that have been close to me, folks that I've grown up with, like they're no longer here with me, due to, the whatever the details. But it's never easy even just thinking about that and like realizing that, man, like I used to spend, holidays with this person, or, whatever, man, really not even trying to get into the details, but, I have people that I felt like should have been here, should still be here, who are no longer here. And, I feel like now I do it for them in a sense. And I like to look at things now. It's like, how would they be proud of me? If what I've been doing, how hard I've been working, all this, and that always plays a factor in itself.
Similar deal. I've been contemplating this entire time if I want to touch into my personal life regarding similar instances. And to your point, it is very uncommon. Unfortunately, I think within our community, and I'm saying within the Black community, there potentially is a lot more of us that can relate, and I'm one of them, regarding death and prison, which is equivalent to death if you ask me. But just regarding it all, I think time is opportunity. So when you kind of understand that a lot of people don't have the same opportunities as I do, it makes you appreciate time more and understand the importance of it. Yeah. So there's a lot of people on different time.
It makes you appreciate time more. That's good that you said that. I didn't say that, but that's like the underlying sort of a theme here that we kind of are touching on. Like, to appreciate the time because time is opportunity. That's
Absolutely.
that, folks, is how you flip what could have been pessimism into opportunity recognition. Time is opportunity. And if you do have people or if you have opportunities, like here's another a practical thing that kind of goes along with what both of you were saying. Like some of us know people who have left the planet or are in jail. Some of us know people who just are stuck, right? And these people are stuck in a hamster wheel. And it's not that they're like they don't possess the intellect or whatever, but maybe they either don't have the resources or they just don't have the knowledge. Like we all know someone who's literally just ignorant to the thing that would change them or change their life. Even if you try to give it to them, it's like they can't see
Oblivious.
it. They're oblivious. It's like it's camouflaged to them, but we see it clear as day.
Right.
And we all have those people. And part of me looks at it at those scenarios and those people, and I look at the way that those people deal with change. I look at the way people hold on to what they have, even if what they have is not really what they want. They just cling to it because it's familiar. And I look at the way that I've been forced into change in so many ways. I look at the way that in some instances, some instances, it's gotten to the point where I'm no longer forced into change, but I've been kind of coerced into it. And change has courted me and convinced me that it is necessary. It is one of the best things in my life, right? And I'm assuming y'all can relate to that because I worked with you all personally and we've had like really good conversations about this stuff before. But it's almost like I see those people and I can't really blame them after a certain point for not seeing. I am just very grateful for the vision. Like I'm just so grateful that the idea came to me. I can't take credit for an idea before it hits my mind because I don't know where it was before it came to me. And when it's just an idea, like a fully formed idea, I didn't form it. So I can't take credit for those things. All I can do is say, look at all of the necessary changes in my character and my level of life that I'm able to live. That change in my environment has brought me. And while my arms were originally forced open by something like tragedy, now they are kept open by something like gratitude. Yeah. Gratitude. Huge. And just appreciation. And honoring those who are no longer here, even if I don't know them. I think about people like, I'm a speaker, right, and a writer. And I think about people like Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, or I think of all types of different people. And I'm just like, I think of like James Baldwin. Mm-hmm. I'm like, times were different. Resources were different. How about I just honor the opportunity? Like, I don't even know those folks. They have no clue who I am. They ain't gonna know who I am. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, how about I just honor this opportunity that I have?
I love that.
When it comes to the recording studio or even like the relationship that we have, having someone who's like-minded to come sit in the sessions with me or bounce ideas off of or do photo shoots with or come to the podcast, or an opportunity like we have, like me and Eric with the content creation studio, which is powered by the way. But the opportunity that we have here to continue to create and create and create and create. And I'm here like every week, sometimes multiple times a week. And I'm just like, yo, the reason why I keep showing up is because the door is still open. I'm just like, man, there are people who just wish they saw the open door. And I see the open door, so I'm just going to remain open. I'm going to remain open to the open door. And I'm going to keep walking through it. And I'm going to keep figuring out what's on the other side. And when the door shuts, okay. But I'm going to honor the opportunity while I got it. Right. And I think that's a big deal. That's how you flip it right there. So that's thank you all for flipping that because I didn't.
Well said, my good sir.
And then also, check. With that being said, I was listening to something actually on the way over here. I was listening to Eric Thomas, and it's one of my favorite clips by him when he talks about, let me know if I need to swap my mic, but when he talks about people being replaceable, and he starts out, it's like this real harsh perspective. He's talking to a group of football players, college football players, like they're going into playing college football, like they're fresh. And he's like, he's telling them basically like, after saying all this stuff, he's like, I just need you all to know that you're replaceable. And I need you to know that you're replaceable. And if you don't think you're replaceable, just make a couple of phone calls. Check the television and the internet, and you'll see that you're actually a replaceable player. And he's like, the reason why I need you all to understand that you're replaceable is because now you can start playing the game like you know you're replaceable, and you can play it at the highest level. Now, with you keeping in mind your time here is limited, your opportunity here is limited, and there are other people who will take it. As soon as they see that opportunity, you hurt your ankle, trust me, there is a guy waiting. Some are praying for you to break your leg, literally, so that they can come in and take that opportunity and do right by it. So play the game not like you believe you're going to be replaced. Just play the game like it doesn't have to be you.
Yeah.
It is a we're gonna swap it out. Okay, and I'm gonna let you guys talk about this actually, but it's an honor and a privilege. So while he swaps my mic, I want to know if there are any moments where you ever felt like you were replaceable and it turned you up, or if you had some realization where it was like, dang, in this moment I finally realized like I'm expendable.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, all the time in everything we do, we're technically replaceable. You know, like as a producer, as an engineer, if I'm not on my job, the clients that work with me, the artists that work with me, whatever, they have the option to always go elsewhere. So it's like, you know, I always try to move it like that. You know, I try to handle business accordingly, and you know, just try to stay on my P's and Q's, because at the end of the day, there's many different engineers, and while I don't believe they'll be able to bring, you know, whatever level of detail that I can bring to some music, you know, there's other people who can get the job done.
I'm glad that you touched on that part. Like, even though you don't believe that someone else may perform at the high level that you perform at,
right?
They're still like, okay, prove it,
right? And they can still at least hit certain bars that is enough to get the job done.
You don't let that make you entitled.
Nah, not at all. Can't.
I love that.
You know, because at the end of the day, art is all subjective. So it's like, you know, how I'm mixing something is probably how someone else is going to make a different mixing decision, and that's just their personal preference. And it's all about, you know, whose preferences do you prefer? You know?
That's good. That's good because and the title "Open Arms" came to me again because you have touched on this actually in a previous conversation, but the title "Open Arms" comes back to me as you talk about that specifically because you, especially in your shoes, as you work with other people, you have to remain open to changes that they want to make, even if it means changing personnel. If their whole idea goes to another, like you could be working with somebody and you get so far into it and something changes and you're like, everything I just did, put all this work in it, all this time in, all these resources, and now you want to change it.
Oh, it's happening.
And it could actually affect everything that you did before up to that point. And I say that knowing for a fact that like that happens.
Oh yeah.
Especially because like in your shoes.
Yeah.
But in all of our shoes, something like that can happen. Like a company going a new direction and now there's layoffs.
Right.
Or you were going to get a promotion and now you can't.
Right.
Or you were going to get a raise and now you didn't get a raise. I forgot what it's called, but you got a lower in your pay.
Right.
You know? So it's like, and I've had weird things like that happen. And right before I ask you this, I want to say people need to put themselves in positions where you will still be chosen by the opportunity and the person who holds the opportunity. I honor opportunity by putting myself in position not to lose it. With that being said, if I'm the person on the job who everybody's getting pay cuts, that's what it's called. Everybody's getting pay cuts. Company going in a new direction, there's layoffs. I put myself in a position where, and this is real life experience, I'm probably going to get a promotion and you might lose your job. Yeah. I'm probably going to get a promotion because of the position I put myself in, honoring that opportunity day in and day out, even on a job that's not my end all be all. Really happened to me recently. I'm getting paid more than people who have been there years longer than me at the job that I just left recently. But getting paid more than people who are there years longer than me, and people are getting fired, and I'm getting raises and raises and raises and more responsibilities and new opportunities, boom, boom, boom. But I honor the opportunity every single day. Those people were not willing to change when the company needed to make changes. So then when they needed to make more changes, they got rid of the people who they knew wouldn't change. And I got the promotion because they knew, well, Solo's willing to show up, and if something changes, he gonna do it either way. Right. It don't matter because they know I'm probably gonna say yes to whatever you ask me to do as long as it's respectful and I get paid to do it.
Right. That's key though, being flexible.
I'm so flexible. My arms are open to change, and I'm always going to show up and honor the opportunity every single day. I did it when I made less money. I did it when I made more money. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. So I never lost my slot on the roster because I knew, number one, I'm replaceable. I don't think you're going to replace me, and this is why, because I prove it.
Right.
Period.
Absolutely.
I have like 5 different things. I've been trying to tally mark and keep tabs up.
Hey man, and I keep going off on these like
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
One of the things being touching on what you were saying, Chris, with being a producer and working in the field of everything being relative
Mm-hmm.
preference.
Yep.
It's all based off whoever the person is.
Right.
I agree. I think it's flavor. Exactly how I look at it. I think everyone's 100% unique,
Yeah.
and there's not necessarily a right or wrong, just different flavors. And
There's no all-purpose seasoning in real life.
yes, sir. So, and I love that. So, regarding opportunity and us, understanding that in a sense, yes, we are replaceable, but in the same sentence, no one could ever do entirely what you exactly would do. But the opportunity, yes, you're 100% replaceable.
But yeah, if you're not acting like it, then they gon'
period.
Right.
give it to the person. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
facts though.
Yo.
You are the only you. So show out,
So show out.
show up,
do
and
it.
show out.
You can have all the skills in the world, but if you're not willing to actually do the work, I'll just go hire somebody who has less skill than you, but will actually do it. Because I can
Right.
teach them.
They'll get
They're
better.
doing it.
They'll
They'll
improve.
get better because they're willing to. But
Right.
if you could be the best, but just not be being the best.
right.
I don't want you on my squad.
Right.
I don't want you on my squad. I'd rather do it myself and be mediocre than you be phenomenal, but not do it.
Right. Yeah.
So another thing I wanted to kind of touch on regarding the opportunity is I feel like personally one of the things I've experienced firsthand is having an idea and it stayed an idea. I never put it into action. I never capitalized on it. I never manifested and walked and, brought this to my reality.
Got too many of those.
And I put my head down and then I look up and I see someone have that idea, and, receiving the fruit that came with that and just all of the above. So kind of experiencing that on one or more occasion is kind of like, yeah, you don't have time,
Right.
So similar to what you're talking about in the actual chapter, and I love it, but is open arms, being adaptable, understanding that at any given moment you could be, put into a different trajectory, and you have to be able to go with it and capitalize on those ideas. So
You have to be willing to go with it.
Yeah.
You have to be willing, and then you said you have to be willing to go with it and capitalize on the ideas. And I just want to also kind of parenthetically insert, you have to be willing to go with it in order to capitalize.
huge, very huge, because if you're stuck in one mindset or again not being adaptable, I think one thing we're all aware of is the inevitable, which is change. Change is a constant. So grasping that understanding alone, you understand nothing stays the same. And if you aren't adapting with the times and moving as it goes, you will be left behind and missing out on so many opportunities.
Your
Stop your
legacy
own growth.
dies.
You stop
your
your own
work
growth.
dies. Because if you're not growing, you're dying because naturally you're slowly dying anyway. That's the harsh reality. So if you're not growing, it's not like you're counteracting that in any way at all.
Yeah.
In any way at all. Your spirit's not growing. Your relationships aren't growing. I mean, your legacies is withering away. Even people who don't believe they have a legacy. Everyone looks at you and sees something. Like people, even if you're not trying to put anything out there, there's something that people always see that when they look at you. There's something that people always know you for, some qualities or something. Like that's a legacy in its own that you're developing.
Right.
Straight up. So and you have to be willing to, they call it running with the ball. I think in football they call it running with the ball. When the ball goes into the air, if you're the receiver and you're running, you can't like kind of stop when you stop, turn around, and you have to continue running full speed so that you and the ball meet each other where you're going. In the event that you don't continue to move with it and go with it, you will miss the opportunity.
Yeah. Facts.
Yes, sir.
All facts, not one opinion, brothers.
Yeah.
Man, was that? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just wanted to kind of highlight more of what you were saying.
No, man. Again, both of you guys say so much information, and I'm taking it all in.
Likewise, though, man.
I want to be like, stop. Let me
Gems.
respond to that right there.
Nah,
But,
man, you dropping gems.
Yeah, I think overall, touching opportunity and open arms, we covered what I think we
Gotta
should.
lead.
All right, I have a question for y'all. Final remarks regarding the chapter, bullets, notes before I jump into like the next phase of this thing. I got no more bullets, no more notes. Just so y'all
I know
know.
there was just one line.
Cool.
on
We
here that I
flowing.
really like.
Yeah, I'm like, I know. Let me give y'all the opportunity to come with y'all's heavy hitting final gems, anything from the book that I obviously probably don't even know is in there anymore, but y'all can enlighten me. And while y'all do that, let me highlight what you lost. Oh, you found it? Oh, I was like, that noise is good or
I
bad?
was like, oh yeah. When I read this, I was
So-
like, oh yeah.
I know Caleb's taking a look over there, even though he's read the book probably like 3 times, but he's taking a look at it right now. But in the meantime, I do want to say one thing, and it is about the favorite clothing brand. So I'm wearing a super nice hoodie, which y'all seen when I moved the mic. Wow. This is a custom piece by Favored that I don't believe has released yet, but Favored is a phenomenal brand that I enjoy. Favored plays on Blessed and Highly Favored and Revelation. So, yeah, go ahead and peep out Favored. Obviously, favored.co on Instagram. I love the brand. A buddy of mine made it, and they stand for a lot of great things. Also, Crafty. This is an old school, like vintage piece, strap back. Crafty hat. Peep out Crafty. That's a buddy of mine as well. They have a collection coming out soon. Neither of them know I'm even doing any product placement for them, but I really just believe in what they have going on. I don't get paid to do any of this stuff. None of the products that you all have seen, I don't get paid. People don't even know I'm doing it until after I do it, just so y'all know. I just be believing in stuff. So even if you have something that goes along with what I believe in, like don't send me like Hennessy, be like, yo, promote Hennessy. Like I actually don't drink Hennessy, so I'm sorry, I won't do that. And don't send me like soda or something. If you created soda, we already talked about that. But you know, if you got something that you believe in and you think I might believe in it, let's talk. I would love to support what you do. Boom, let's jump back in. Caleb looks ready, and so does Chris. Which one of y'all going first? I was just about to say rock, paper, scissors. Let's see.
No,
right.
after you, brother.
I was ready.
I mean, I'll win this if you want me to win
If you want
this.
to lose that bad, let's
Yeah.
do it.
I want to
but-
see rock, paper, scissors. And
doing
I'll
2
tell
out of 3 or just
people
one?
who are doing audio, let's do 2 out of 3. People who are doing audio, I'm going to call it out.
Rock, paper, scissors. Go. Or
Y'all want to do shoot or not?
Shoot or not?
shoot. So
Shoot? Okay. Do you usually do shoot?
I usually do shoot.
Ooh, hold up. All right.
That's cool.
Viewers also tell me, y'all shoot or no
guess-
shoot when you rock, paper, scissors. All right. Y'all ready?
I feel like I feel like I actually started doing shoot as an adult. Like,
I
as a
started
kid,
doing it
I
as an
didn't do-
adult because it just
stalling,
annoyed
yo.
me when
He's
people
scared.
do shoot and I'm already like, and then
Yeah,
they know
like,
what I was about to
it's
pick,
like,
and I'm
what?
like, man. So I started doing
He's
shoot.
stalling. He's scared
Whatever.
right now.
All right.
All right, y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Rock paper scissors shoot.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Rock, paper, scissors.
shoot.
Oh, we got Wick with the scissors. We got K with the rock. Rock beats scissors. Let's go.
We going 2 out of 3?
Yeah, we got K's one up. Let's get it.
All right. Rock paper scissors.
Oh, you didn't shoot.
Oh, I did it.
Oh man. Look, y'all see what's going on.
Okay, we got Wick with a technical foul. Don't get another one.
Right.
All right.
Rock paper scissors shoot.
Oh, we got Wick with paper.
All right,
We
all
got
right,
K with the rock. So it's 1-1. Paper beats rock.
I
Let's
don't
get
know.
it. This is the final round.
Scissors shoot.
Oh, it's a
Rock
tie.
paper scissors shoot.
Oh,
You just old trusty
Wick
rock,
takes
huh?
it
Yeah,
home.
he's like, I'm just
Paper
taking it
beats rock. He stood behind what he said, folks.
Solid.
You go first.
All right. The line out of here that really like struck me out of everything was, we can't lie to ourselves and pretend that if we don't accomplish our own goals, someone with more drive and conviction won't do it in our place. They will.
I'm
facts.
gonna be honest. I feel like I should have saw that before I got here when I was looking for like a final quote. Can you read that one more time?
Yeah,
Read it just a little slower.
Got you.
That's great.
We
Wow.
can't lie to ourselves and pretend that if we don't accomplish our own goals, someone with more drive and conviction won't do it in our place. They will.
They will.
Yeah.
They will. Remember that word will, because that goes along with my final quote. Caleb?
It's really one sentence, but to give a little bit more context,
So is mine.
the tragedy we experience in life can become our greatest asset. The pain of the process often creates the drive necessary to finish. Through pain, my spirit man is strengthened.
I like that one too. Yeah.
So the spirit man is strengthened through pain. That's, you know what I mean? So essential.
And I mean that literally.
It's so essential.
It's not figurative.
And it's like, I don't know if there's a word for it. Double entendre, quadruple
yes.
entendre. You could take it in so many different directions, but tying it back to open arms,
Yes.
it's understanding that even through my lowest moments, through my pain, things that are, essentially negative and unsuccessful, it can still be positive.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad you said that, because as we talk, I don't mean that people should go searching for painful experiences. What I mean is that in your day-to-day life, look around at things that you may normally count as misfortune and find something that you should be grateful for in it. Find a reason to continue in this thing that maybe you took a loss in, or it could be something regular. You show up to work every day, it's the same routine. It might just be boring. Take another look at that and understand that another person wishes they had that opportunity. Do right by it. Take it to the next level. You make it more interesting. You make it worth your while. I love that you flipped it at the end there so that it can become a positive. Turn these things into positive affirmations. Look at the painful experience, the loss. Look at that thing that builds your spirit, man. But you have to convert. It's like when you eat food, what you're seeing is not actually what you're consuming. You're consuming the nutrients. Your body converts these things into something else, and it builds your body. Take these experiences. Take the pain, take the loss, take the boring, right? The lack of gratitude, or I feel like I'm wasting my time. Take that and convert it into something that your spirit man can use, or your spirit woman, can use, and allow it to be nourished and built up to become stronger. Take these things and convert them into something that will give you more drive. That's what I'm saying. Phenomenal.
You said it.
Hey.
No, you said it.
Well, you explained it too.
But
We tag teaming on it. Boom, boom,
Phenomenal.
bop, boom, boom.
Yeah,
I didn't even remember
very
I wrote
well
that.
said. Yeah,
that was
you said
good.
it.
That was good. That was a good one. And it goes along with everything that we've been talking about. Obviously, none of this stuff is scripted, so that just happened perfectly. I like that. Y'all ready for the lightning round? I've switched it up.
Okay.
And it's shorter. But it's I got some questions in here. You might have to think about one of them.
Great.
Are y'all ready?
No.
All right.
Go ahead.
So what I'm gonna do is, okay, I have 4 questions. I'm gonna ask you first that one, and then you can answer. But then I'm gonna ask you first the second one, and I'm gonna stagger it like that.
Okay.
So the ones I ask him first, you'll have time to think. And I'm doing that intentionally because there's one I know you're gonna have to think about, but I'm asking first.
All right, cool.
All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Favorite TV show?
Ooh, right now, Manifest.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I
like
keep
a
scrolling past it.
Yeah, I scrolled past it for a while until my aunt made me watch it, and I was like, all right, this low-key fire.
Aunties got
I'm
good
gonna go
taste.
back. I'm gonna go back.
Aunties naturally have good taste.
It made me not.
And they
wanna
all watch
judge.
TV. Every auntie watch TV.
Hey, but yeah, Manifest right now, I'd say.
What's that about? I'm in my mind I mixed it up with Solos.
It's about basically this plane that disappears when it's leaving Jamaica, and when they basically land, 5 years has passed, and the passengers so basically there was like 2 groups: the family who took the regular flight, and the other family members who took who waited and took the delayed flight. And the ones who took the delayed flight and arrived 5 years later, they didn't age a bit. But everybody in the regular world, they
aged 5 years.
Yeah, it's been 5 years.
And, like,
and
things have
they
changed.
thought everybody was dead and all this otherness. Yeah.
One of the children was a twin, so they're
Yes.
twin age 5 years.
Yes,
and
that
they
mess
still-
was crazy.
Yo, I feel like I've heard. Is this an older show that just became streamable?
No, but however, I did realize, or someone pointed it out on social media, that there's another show. I can't remember the name.
Something else is
that
just like this.
Exactly like it. They're like, oh, so it's basically another show with the different
Yeah,
name.
yeah. Because I'm like, sounds exactly like something else.
I'm like, I've never seen it. Don't know. But this is fire.
Yeah, like
Favorite TV show?
I'll give you 2.
All right,
Altered Carbon, which recently was
Altered Carbon is with the Hawk. I mean the Falcon. My bad, not the Hawk.
the guy.
The Falcon. Yeah, the black man. The
Yes,
Falcon.
sir. The
Anthony
Falcon.
Mackie?
I don't know him.
He's
I don't know his
Captain America
name.
now. He's Captain America now, actually.
Isn't it Anthony Mackie? Or am I tripping?
Is that his name?
Oh, we're going
It
off
could
the
be.
actual name.
I don't know actor names. I'm
Me,
sorry. I know some black
I
actor
do and
names.
I don't.
I don't know a lot.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but the new
But
Captain America.
he's the Falcon.
okay,
yes,
I think so.
and
I could be wrong.
Westworld.
Westworld was fire.
Oh, I'm watching Westworld right now. I just finished season 2 last night.
Yeah.
How many seasons are there again?
4, 3. There are 3.
I think I'm on season 3.
Yeah.
And what season
I'm
are
about to
you
start
on?
season 3.
I
Oh,
don't
I
think
can't
I've
wait.
started the last season yet, so
Okay, I think I'm on the last season now.
That show is fire.
And I've kind of become disinterested.
did it go downward? Don't say any.
I don't think
say
it went
too much.
downward.
Season 2 was great.
I agree. It was. It was.
That was the
but
last one
yeah,
I've
I
seen.
think I'm on the last one, and it doesn't feel 100% the same.
Oh man, don't tell
You
me
finished
that.
season 2?
Yeah, I just finished it last night. So I've
Yeah.
episode
I
1 of
finished too.
You
I haven't
finished season
seen the
2?
latest. I haven't seen the latest.
What happened at the end of season 2? Just tell me real quick. Make sure I'm
And we've all seen it, right?
Yes.
Okay, spoiler alert, mute it, viewers and listeners if you ain't seen it. But he turned Dolores into the black lady, and then the head security dude recognized that it was Dolores somehow because he's been working with her so long, and he let her leave the island.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He let her leave because he was like, I'm not responsible for what happens to any of the hosts if you leave. And then she was like, oh, she was about to smoke everybody but die. But then she left, and then so new Dolores, who was in the black woman, and original Dolores, who was in the real world wearing like the modern day dress with the turtleneck, they linked up and they brought what's the black dude with the glass? He's the main one with the glasses. And he's always white. Okay, that dude, they brought him out as well, and basically told him like, for us to have a truly human experience, we need you to try to stop us from doing what we're going to do. And you're going to try to stop us, and we're going to keep trying. And we probably both going to die at some point, but this is how our species is going to grow and survive. Our will to survive will be built by you trying to stop us from trying to kill humans. Crazy. And it ended.
Interesting.
And he was walking up the stairs with his glasses doing the wipey thing, and he puts them on and walks up, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah, I remember it. But then I feel like I need to refresh. I'm about to go back and just watch the last.
Yeah, you need a
episode of season
refresher
2.
because it's not bad.
It's not. Well, no,
I thought it was
season
fire.
2 was fire. I think it's the next season that I like started, and I was just kind of like, yeah.
All right. Well, I got to do other questions.
Anyway,
man.
yeah, let's keep pushing.
All right. So you said Altered Carbon in Westworld, and you said Manifest.
Manifest.
All right. I'll take that. My favorite show right now, I don't have an answer. I'm sorry. I do watch hella cartoons.
Naruto.
That's not my favorite right now because Naruto's
Right
over.
now,
It's
you're
Boruto, and I still need to get caught up. They're fighting Jigen right now. And as a whole, it's the fillers in Boruto are actually whack.
Got you.
But the actual episodes are cool. I read the manga. Anyway, don't want to get too far into it. I'm also one of my favorite shows was Attack on Titan, cartoon wise. And in real shows, like I always watch Gordon Ramsay. I watch all the Gordon Ramsay. Oh, High on the Hog. Watch that on Netflix. High on the Hog. You learn so much about true African history and Black history.
Oh, is that
like,
the stuff about like the food and how like
yes, but
the cuisine?
I didn't understand how much history food could tell us. Like just the cuisine tells you everything. The food doesn't lie in the ways that people lie. The food doesn't lie. It's crazy. And you see how much stuff is lies and how much stuff is the truth.
Yeah.
And it's right in front of us. It's in the food. Crazy. High on the Hog. All right.
I'll check that out for sure.
Favorite musician? Oh, wait. This is for Caleb first.
Like legit musician or artist?
Whatever. I should change that to artist.
Lauryn Hill.
Ooh, that's a good one. I won't ask why. I actually, I used to chop it up with her manager for a while. He's a really good dude, and he told me like what really happened. I'm not going to talk about it on the podcast. It's actually hella controversial, but he told me like what really happened because I was getting his help. I thought he was going to manage me for a while, but I kind of actually went in a different direction. Not because anything he did. I just didn't think I was ready for certain things. But that's interesting.
For me, I mean, if we just gonna go artists, I'm gonna say Kendrick Lamar. Like, you know, he's the best of both worlds. You can do some fun stuff,
that man
but
is
some
different.
stuff will still make you think, and you know, it's just the right vibe, you know.
Yeah, that man is different.
K-Dot's top 3 for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think K-Dot's like top ever. He's like top something ever. I don't know
me,
what.
yeah, he's on
He's
top
like
for
one of
sure.
my top people. I feel like. All right, I'm gonna ask him this first. This is the one I know you're gonna have to think about. Give me an embarrassing moment from a childhood memory.
In middle school, messing around, doing too damn much. Didn't have a belt on, and my pants fell down in the middle of class.
Oh man,
This was
that's
like
a
sixth
nightmare
grade.
for a
This was
kid.
6th grade, actually. Yeah, I remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
6th grade. So
never
you were like 13.
Yeah, right around. Yeah.
That ain't good. Was you wearing like the tighty whities? Or you
Nah,
had
I was wearing boxers.
You had boxers on? 13?
Yeah, I
13 years
think so.
old rocking boxers?
I think so.
Yeah, you was a grown little kid.
Yeah, bro, I
We
remember
know what
that
you were
day,
wearing,
though.
Solly.
I don't remember.
Shaw Heights Middle
I don't know
School.
what I was wearing. It could have been boxers, probably tidy whities, probably maybe, I don't know.
Some Captain America.
I have no clue.
Some Captain Underpants.
Captain
whitey
Underpants.
tighties.
What about you, Caleb?
Sophomore year, I tried out for the basketball team.
Hey, I did too.
Yes, sir. I got called back, and I puked my first day of practice. I was embarrassed because all the ladies were staring.
Were you
at
still
me.
trying out, or was it practice?
It was practice actually.
Oh,
Damn.
Little
You threw
story
up
with
off
this
nervousness?
though. Okay, no. See, this is why my math teacher, which is also my speech and debate coach, she told me that if I got an A on my test, she'd buy everyone food. Whoever got A on their test. So she bought us big Qdoba burritos, and it was wrong. I had black beans instead of pinto beans, and I just remember disgusted, but still ate it, and then immediately went to practice. And when I puked, I seen
you were a
all of
kid, so
those
you didn't
black
understand.
beans. I seen all. I was,
You saw
sophomore
the
in
black
high school.
beans?
I seen all of those. I'm traumatized, man.
I'm traumatized. I
And the
never
ladies
got to
was
see it.
I
watching.
haven't had black beans since.
The ladies
Okay.
was watching,
The
man.
ladies was watching, man.
That's crazy. I remember
I
you
was
had ladies
surprised.
back then. That was a time I didn't have ladies.
Oh, it's
So it would have been more about just like an ego thing for me. But the ladies also hurts the ego. It's kind of like, that's tragic. That's like a movie. Both of you have these like weird movie experiences. Like, that's crazy.
I'm trying to find like a more recent, like, or at least like from high school, but I can't think of anything. I must have blocked it out of my memory.
I thought
Never
my
happened.
whole
You're
high
just
school
doing so
career
well
was
that it
like-
no longer matters.
No, it just I'm like whatever.
I thought my entire high school career and reputation was ruined for the rest of high school. I contemplated leaving.
That's
I was
rough.
like, I'm gonna just go somewhere else.
Well, the puke isn't so bad. Like if you had like, use the restroom on yourself, that would have been correct. That would have been like, we don't know if there's a place.
You really
for
had to
you here.
switch
That was
right
schools.
there.
high school.
You had to switch schools if you did that.
I don't know if this school is right for you, Mr. Caleb.
Bad jujus.
Yeah, bad jujus. All right. And then this one is for you first. Which superpower would you choose and why?
It's always a tough one because
Gotta pick
I
one.
want to be one of those guys that can have multiple. Right?
Mm-mm.
Superman doesn't have one superpower.
I don't rock with Superman, so
If I had to choose one,
He's an
solely
alien.
one superpower, I'd say I'd have to do.
yo, for the people who can see this man's face, yo, oh my God. Yo.
Some type of teleportation.
All right, what kind? You said some types, like regular, or is there another kind?
What's the guy from the Marvel X-Men edition?
Oh, anywhere he can see. Anywhere he can see.
Beast?
If he can't, no. It's Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
Nightcrawler. Oh,
because
yeah,
if he
that's
can't
right,
see it,
Nightcrawler.
he could end up in a wall or something. He doesn't know what's over there.
So I'm
That's
not
why he
gonna
said
say
that.
exactly like him, but teleportation for sure.
So you would do what kind though? Would it be like the dude from Jumper, where anywhere, like even in a picture?
at-
Yeah. It'd be like that.
Trying to go to Italy.
As long as you get a postcard or
Italy.
Google, and you could go right to where it is
Can you
right
take
there.
anybody with
You would do that. That's the kind of teleportation I would definitely have.
Can you
Yes.
take- yeah. Hey, and he can
take people. Anybody touching me, we out of there.
Could they also be touching each other? Or
That's
gotta
how
be
it
you.
was in Jumper too, though. He actually could.
Yeah,
Okay.
like if I hold your hand, we can go.
That's fire.
That's pretty tight.
Yo, I want to be like invincible or something, but what is that? You know?
Yeah, it's like
Oh, you just can't die. Good.
yeah. I don't know if I would want that.
Invincible, invincibility. I don't know. That's just not as exciting for me because I actually don't want to start trouble anyway.
Right. I need to
It's
be able
like-
to get rich fast and
Yeah.
move at the drop of a dime. Like out of
Okay,
here.
there you have it, folks.
Yes.
And
I understand the bank robbery for sure.
Maybe.
Hey, I'm not gonna advocate or not advocate that at all, brother. I'm just,
never know it was you.
Solid maybe. Solid maybe.
you know what I'm saying?
Who knows?
Hey, all of our money is digital anyway. It doesn't matter. But I will say, Chris,
I would honestly, all the things that I was thinking about basically are like not the same, but it's like all based around the same thing. Just being able to get where you need to go, when you need to go there, and not having to wait to do it. So I'm thinking super speed.
so like
I'm
always
thinking,
on
like,
time.
time
everywhere?
manipulation. Like I just slow down time. I'm gonna be working on this beat for the next 5 hours, and it's gonna be 5 minutes to y'all. Like I don't know.
Nice.
So-
So
Something
would
along
you
those
slow
lines.
time? Would you have the ability to slow time?
It'd be between that and
Or
like,
you could just
being
do things
fast.
really fast. Like any task you try to do, you can do it hella fast.
Yeah, basically, it'd be one of the two. For real. I'm not even gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick
That ain't bad. I used to have a superpower in mind, and it's slipping me now. One of them that I always did want was the ability to teleport like the dude from Jumper. Because I would just say teleport anywhere, but at the end of the day, it has to be realistic.
Yeah.
So like the dude from Jumper, that was pretty realistic. Like anywhere he looks, if he can see it, then he can go there. Like even in a picture or something. I thought that was really
like
dope.
it's kind of dangerous.
It is
in
probably
the wrong
dangerous.
place at the wrong time.
Be in the wrong
Look
place
at a
at
picture
the
of Niagara
wrong.
Falls, and
He
it's
was
like, nah, I
landing
meant
in
to
front
go
of
to the
trucks.
side of the cliff, not off of it. No.
He
That's
was
crazy.
landing in traffic in front of trucks.
Yeah, he was.
yeah, so-
He just landed in like the
Be a little
worst.
dangerous.
Like,
Yeah.
but you know, superpower. You know,
Hmm.
I don't know. I might have to go with the jumper ability. I did always also want super speed
Yeah.
because I was always a Flash fanatic.
Just let me get stuff done.
The way the Flash was able to manipulate his super speed basically gave him hella superpowers but it was all just super speed.
Yeah.
I rock with it so much. That might be something that I'd be interested in. If anyone's a superpower broker out there.
Holla at me.
All right. I'm finna land the plane. We good? Y'all good? I feel good.
I feel great.
We
man.
feel good. I feel like we're in a good place to land this plane, man. Let all the passengers go and get back to their lives. Let me say number one, thank you all for being here. Thank y'all for being here. Thank
No
you
doubt.
to the Content Creation Studio. I appreciate Crafty and Favored for this lovely merchandise that I have on. And thank you to everyone who's viewing and listening. Even as I gear up to release episodes and I post clips and things like that, I notice that people are gravitating a lot to everything so much more, whether it be on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn. A lot of people are starting to subscribe to my blog on my website, troublehaven.me, which is phenomenal. And because of everyone being so receptive of my book, The Deciding Factor, I've created a workbook that is to help people along their journey in personal development as they read the book. And for each chapter, there's a worksheet, and then there's a final book summary worksheet as well that'll be coming out. That's only a result of people being so receptive to the content that I'm creating. It's just phenomenal. So I just want to say thank you to everyone, y'all, and the people who are here digitally. It's just phenomenal. I love it. I have a final quote that I'm gonna leave everybody with, and that quote has to do with will, just like you were saying before. And it goes like this: whatever we will to do in our lives, regardless of what we say, will come to pass through our daily practices, thus making our own sheer willpower another one of our greatest assets. And that, folks, is how I land the plane. These two folks have been here before. You already know they've been tried, and they've been all facts every time. Thank y'all, and peace out.
Thank you. Peace and love.
Much love.